Michale Graves, the former singer of the legendary punk rock band The Misfits, is scheduled to tour the U.S. in a couple of days.
But he says that 4 venues have canceled his shows because he's an outspoken conservative. Michale Graves is here to walk us through this, to explain what happened here. Michale, thanks so much for coming on the show. A pleasure to have you here. Unfortunately, we hear stories like this from time to time. Walk us through what happened. Tell me about your shows. Did you get canceled, and how?
Well, I've been on the forefront here of cancel culture, and I've been dealing with this sort of behavior for now 17 years. I first started to write and speak out about conservatism, Christianity, you know, in the flow of information back and forth within this genre of ours. So it's been a long process. So this isn't the first time I've been canceled, and certainly won't be the last. So this tour that I have is called American Prayer. At least it's upwards now. It's 6 venues that have canceled me. Why have they canceled me? I've been canceled because I am associated with conservatism. I'm associated with patriotism. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a Christian. I'm white, and none of these things fit into what has now been called punk rock. The punk rock of today is much more like, it's exactly like the white supremacist movement, the skinhead movement of the 80s that eventually died off and was beaten in the 90s.
So tell me, like, just really quickly, because I hear your concern of why you believe you were canceled, but obviously if a venue cancels you, right, they have to send you some sort of email that says, here's why you're canceled. What are they listing as the reason as to why you're canceled? Does it have to do with not vaccinated, vaccinated mandates, et cetera? What is their reasoning?
It's because of my association with, like I said, with conservatism. So, for example, I had a show that was booked in New Jersey for Halloween. The deposit was sent in. It was confirmed. We were ready to go. And then once that show is announced and is made public or from within, it's automatically, it's canceled because people go on the internet and start to inundate the venue or the promoters with messages that that you've just booked a white supremacist. You know that you just booked a homophobe at your club, and if you continue allowing this, we're going to show up. The mob is going to show up, and we're going to do damage to your club. I get threats. I get personal threats. These promoters are getting personal threats, so they just fold. They don't want any part of it, which perpetuates the whole problem.
Okay, so again, facing that intense public backlash, and then these clubs decide to cancel the event. What's interesting to note, Michale, you're not the only musician who's been canceled because of their politics. Just this year, we saw the indie rocker Ariel Pink dropped from his record label because he voted for Trump. Winston Marshall left the band Mumford & Sons amid pressure for recommending a book about Antifa on his personal Twitter account. And then also a quote from Winston Marshall that we can share with you. He wrote this on his blog about his experience, saying that there's nothing wrong with being conservative. When forced to politically label myself, I flutter between centrist, liberal, or the more honest bit of this, bit of that. Being labeled erroneously just goes to show how binary political discourse has become. I had criticized the left, so I must the right, or that's how their logic goes. What have you heard from fellow musicians here? Are they experiencing this sort of backlash for their own different political viewpoints?
No, because I'm essentially one man crying out from the wilderness. Most musicians and most artists are not like me, and that's the point. I'm the anomaly because I'm so closely associated with punk rock, and I mean, it's very, very hard to find somebody like me. I've been in this industry for over 25 years. This isn't, I'm not this new guy, but I've been essentially, all my Twitter was taken down, my Facebook was taken down, Instagram was taken down, upwards of 250,000, really almost 500,000 followers. That's how I do my business. I have children, I have a family. Again, I've been in this industry for 25 years, and I've been canceled. I've been taken out of the world of music, and my ability to provide for my family is being attacked. I'm not the only one here, but this sort of thing needs to be called out, and it needs to stop. Where if you don't fit into, what the internet's saying that you can say, or what the industry is saying that you can say, you're just removed. You're removed, and you're not allowed to conduct business. Right. How can a society function like that?
Yeah, no, a lot of people having issues with people being canceled just because they think differently than the majority of people in an industry. You've still got a few shows listed, so Michale Graves, you can check him out online, get a list of where he is performing. Michael, we appreciate you taking the time and joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.